Good morning, my dear students. Good morning to all of you. Last class we discussed about the drainage system of India. Drainage system of India, especially what is drainage systems, and what are the important rivers that are flow from North India, and what are the rivers or flows in South India. We already discussed it. The rivers are already classified into two major types: perennial rivers and non-perennial rivers. And the Himalayan rivers are called as a perennial river, and all peninsular rivers are called non-perennial rivers. And these are all we already discussed. From this video, we are going to discuss the characteristics of Himalayan rivers, characteristics of the Himalayan rivers, and the characteristics of the peninsular river. And this is very important 2-mark question. Very important 2-mark question. And the distinguishing between the characteristics of the Himalayan rivers and the peninsular rivers is a very important 2-mark question. It may be come to the examination in future. So first of all, we are going to write. Before going to write, we are prepare a chart for how to write the distinguishing question. First, we are going to draw a chart. First, we have to take a line and like this. This is chart. First, we have to write Himalayan rivers. Himalayan rivers, and here peninsular rivers, Himalayan rivers and peninsular rivers shared here. First, we have majorly we have 5 point for each systems. First we are going to write the character of the Himalayan rivers. First we are going to write the character of the Himalayan rivers. The first character of the Himalayan river is, usually the Himalayan rivers, the Himalayan rivers are originate from the Himalaya. First character, usually all northern rivers are originate from the Himalayan mountain. So we are right. The first point here, it is originate from Himalayas. This is the first point. It is originate from Himalaya. So originate from the Himalaya. And second point of this, long and wide. This is the second important character of this river. First of all, the Himalayan rivers are originate from the Himalaya because in this rivers are, most of the Himalayan river like Indus river, Ganga river, Brahmaputra river, Yamuna river, all the rivers are originate from the Himalaya because of it is the ice caps, that full of the Himalayan, if you go to the top of the mountains are entirely covered with the ice caps and the snow. That's why all the Himalayan rivers are start from the Himalayas. And second one important point is long and wide. You know that all the important Himalayan rivers like Ganga 2,425 kilometer long river, and then Indus river 3,100 kilometer long river, and Yamuna river 1,370 kilometer long river. And Brahmaputra rivers is also very longer. So all the rivers are very long and wide. Because of the rapid flow of water, the side of the rivers are eroded, so it become wide. So the long and wide range of rivers are flows in the Himalayan. And third important point, perennial in nature. Third point is very important, perennial in nature. Perennial in nature. Perennial in nature, that's a very important third point. So what is the meaning of the perennial in nature? The water. Water constantly flows throughout the year. You know what is the meaning of the perennial in nature? So water flows throughout the year. That is the meaning. You know, continuously the water. Here all the rivers are. I told you already. All the rivers are start from the glacier and ice caps. So when the sun appear above the mountain regions, or waters, some ice caps are slowly melted. So the water continuously, constantly flows throughout the year. That's why all the river system of Himalaya are getting a perennial in nature. So this is very important third point, and we are going to write the fourth point. The fourth important point is unsuitable for hydropower generation. Suitable for hydropower. Hydropower generation or hydropower production. Here the unsuitable for hydropower generation is very important point. You know that we are getting that all countries are getting the electricity through water, hydropower generation and windmill and thermal energy. So these are all very important source of electricity. So it's one of the very important source of electricity, because the developed countries are getting that more electricity from the water. Water is a hydro electricity. In the electricity, do not make any pollution to the environment, because of it is eco electricity, especially here. Suitable for a hydropower generation, unsuitable for a hydropower generation means all the rivers are start from the Himalaya, and it's due to the fast flow of water. Do not able to construct the dam across the river. Do not construct a dam across the river. That's why the North Indian rivers would not be able to stop the water. If we want to generate the electricity from the river, we should be construct the dam, because of we store the water, and after store the water, their waters are flows from the top to from the top of the shutter. It's a flow well, and the turbines are rotating on the bottom of dam. So we can generating electricity, but most of the rivers are very wide, so do not construct the dam across the river. That's the main reason. So unsuitable for hydropower generation. All the North Indian rivers, Ganga, including Ganga, Indus, or whatever, any rivers do not able to construct the dam. That's why it's a very important point here. Unsuitable for hydropower generation. So and then finally fifth point. The fifth point is also very important one, because of middle and lower courses. Middle and courses suitable for navigation. Suitable for navigation. Middle and lower courses. Middle and lower courses are suitable for navigation. You know that already we studied in 9th standard. The river has 3 stages. Three courses or stage or whatever. In if you go to higher study, the river courses are classified into 3 majors. One is youth and maturity and older. But in our books given, the first stage, first courses, second order courses, and third order courses. Here in the middle order, middle courses and the lower courses, I mean the second courses and the third courses are suitable for navigation because of those who are cultivating that crop like wheat, sugarcane, maize, jute or whatever any crops including paddy also. Those who are cultivating along the river bank, that persons does not having the road facilities. That's why that the rivers are flows nearby the land. That's why their people are using the streams to moving their goods from land to market by the water or by the streams. So in the courses are is useful for navigation. Navigation means nothing here. We can move our goods from the land to market easily. That is courses, navigation. So in this most of the courses in North India, because of the rivers is very longer and also very wide, and due to the fast flow of water, so it is very suitable for navigation. So in these 5 characters are very important. This is the 5 important characters of the Himalayan rivers. So we are now going to discuss the other important peninsular river point. So it's also important character the peninsular rivers. So now we are going to write this point against the river peninsular. What is a river peninsular? What is a river? What is the river's peninsular? What is the meaning of the peninsular? You know very well. We already studied that peninsular means nothing. That the land which covered 3 sides by water, 1 side land is called as a peninsula. So South India is known as a peninsular India because which are the rivers are flows in South India, and which are the rivers are originate from the Western Ghats mountain is known as a peninsular river. Here the first point to the peninsular river, Himalayan rivers are originate from the Himalaya. So now we are writing it is originate from where? Western Ghats. Originate from the Western Ghats. And second point, Himalayan rivers are long and wide. This is short. And narrow. Short and narrow. The second important point is short because all South Indian rivers like Kaveri, Krishna, Godavari, Mahanati. So in these rivers are very short. Say for example, we are taking this Kaveri river, just only a 760 kilometers, only a longer. All the rivers on South India, everything are very shorter and also very narrow. It's not a wide, narrow courses. Because of in the water is not flow fast and it's not chance to erode laterally. So that's why here the short and narrow based rivers are flows in South India only. And then the third important point are perennial in nature. So these all the rivers are non-perennial in nature. Non-perennial in nature, because what is a non-perennial? I told you the perennial in nature in Himalaya rivers, the water constantly flows through the year, but all the peninsular rivers are seasonal rivers only, seasonal flow inflection. These rivers only flows seasonally. Especially just only when the southwest monsoon, I mean when the South India receive the rainfall from southwest monsoon, southwest monsoons is a rainy season. It starts from June, July, August, September. It continuously in this 4 months are getting water, and this all the peninsular India. So I mean that most of the dams are constructed across the river. We store the water when we need the water. We are getting water from the dam. So this is all the rivers are perennial in nature. That's why, what is the meaning of the perennial? Just these rivers are seasonal rivers. When the southwest monsoons are receiving the rainfall, at the time only we can get the water. That's why it's non-perennial in nature. And the fourth point, this is a Himalayan river, unsuitable for hydropower generation. Here, suitable for suitable for hydropower generation. Here in this peninsular river, all the peninsular river like Narmada, Dapti, Magi, Sabarmati, Kaveri, Krishna, Godavari, when all the rivers are suitable for hydropower generation because of it is here the possible to store the water across the river by the constructing of dam. So many rivers, especially the most of the dams are constructed across the river. Say for example in Kaveri, that Kabini, Krishna Sagar Dam, Harangi, Hemavati, that Kalanai Dam and Medur, Stanley Dam. And these are all dams constructed across the river Kaveri. All the dams are majorly used for many multi-purposes. Especially that we can store the water for irrigation purpose, and we can store the water for hydropower generation. We can water store for navigation and fishery, fishing, rearing, and tourism. These major uses of this river. So here in all the rivers are used for the hydropower generation. And finally, the fifth point, middle and lower courses are suitable for navigation. So this is Himalayan nature, but it comes to south peninsular rivers. The middle and lower courses are not useful for navigation. Here the middle and the lower courses is not useful for navigation because of very narrow. Most of the South Indian rivers are very shorter. It's not a very longer. So due to the longer, the most of the bed dam and many shelter they constructed across the river in these systems are not useful for navigation. And not only that, and also the most South Indians are getting the road facilities well. That's why the people are not depending upon this river navigation. So, and this is very important. 2 more questions you should be take hints, and you should be write in your note carefully. So, and this is very important. 2 more question. When they are asking this question on examination, you should be write this carefully. Thank you very much to all my students. Thank you.